Welcome back to Moment with Miranda, where we take a few minutes to reset, reflect, and remind ourselves that we are enough. Today, I'm going to do something a little different, and you're going to see it more often on this podcast. I'm going to lend my platform to voices of people who have a story to share or a moment to share with you that is going to be super impactful and super important. I appreciate you all who've been on this ride with me, and I can't wait for you to hear who's coming on the show.
Hi there, I'm Amanda, and I want to firstly thank Miranda for giving me the opportunity to share on something important with you, the subject of acceptance. Acceptance is often something very misunderstood. People think it's about giving in or resigning to the fact that things won't change, but in my experience, it's actually the opposite. The dictionary definition defines acceptance as the action of consenting to or undertaking something that's been offered. But I think that Michael J. Fox said it best. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means understanding that something is what it is and there's got to be a way through it. And that quote resonates with me so much, especially when I reflect on my own journey. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia back in 2009. And for years, I fought against it. I went through denial, anger, trying to push it away, pretend it wasn't happening. And I wasted so much time and energy battling against something that wasn't going to go away. It wasn't until about 6 years into that journey, I suppose you could call it, that I hit a turning point that I suppose was a moment of acceptance. I was on all sorts of medication, still in pain, still struggling with symptoms. And I remember just hitting that moment of, if this is me and this is here for the rest of my life, then there has to be another way to do this. And that thought, that realisation was the first time that I'd probably truly accepted that fibro was part of my life. But as I say, acceptance didn't mean giving up. For me, it meant I was finally ready to find a way forward. So from that point on, fibro was no longer this terrifying monster following me around. It's more like an annoying flatmate, one I had to live with but could manage. Kind of like Sheldon's roommate agreement from The Big Bang Theory. Couldn't get rid of it, but I could live with it on my terms. So acceptance became such a powerful tool for me. I heard someone say recently that accepting where you are allows you to figure out where you're going. And I think that's absolutely true. Once I accepted my diagnosis, once I accepted what I was dealing with, I was able to pause, breathe, and start charting a path forward. I'm not saying it was easy, but it's definitely, I can see now it was necessary. So if you're dealing with something difficult, an illness, a relationship, challenge at work, whatever is your monster, I want to encourage you to see acceptance not as an ending, but as a beginning, as a pause point on the way to what comes next. Stop, breathe, accept where you are, and I truly believe that you'll start to see a way forward. Take care.
Welcome back to Moment with Miranda, where we take a few minutes to reset, reflect, and remind ourselves that we are enough. Today, I'm going to do something a little different, and you're going to see it more often on this podcast. I'm going to lend my platform to voices of people who have a story to share or a moment to share with you that is going to be super impactful and super important. I appreciate you all who've been on this ride with me, and I can't wait for you to hear who's coming on the show.